Welcome back to our video series for IGCSE ICT data analysis, which is Microsoft Excel. So we've been looking at some functions here. So today I want us to look at this function, the COUNTIF function. I want us to look at the COUNTIF function. So we are now familiar with the count function. We said the count function is used to count numbers. See how many are numbers in a given range. So how many numbers are there in a given range? So if I type here, then we get the 32 here. Okay. So but it has limitations. The count function has limitations because if let's say, okay, from D1, let me change this range of mine here. Okay, let me change this range here to D1 to D33. Okay, and then press enter. So it will still give me 32 because this text here, this is text here. So the count function doesn't count text, it only counts numbers. So there is another function, the count function, that you can use, equal sign, if you want to count maybe alphanumerics or text, so not numbers. So it is the count A function. So this is the count A function. Okay, let's select here. Okay, then we will get okay, press enter, then we will get 33 because numbers are also text. Okay, if maybe you don't want to use numbers only, so count A also counts text, okay, as well. So now I want us to look at the COUNTIF function, So we'll look at the COUNTIF function using, maybe let's say we want to count the number of defenders being DF, the text DF for Manchester United. Okay, maybe let's say want to count let's say defenders. Okay, maybe let's start with the goalkeepers, GKs. Okay, and then we have what we call defenders with DEF. Then we have midfielders, and then we have strikers or forwards. We used FW for forwards. Okay, so we can use a COUNTIF. Okay, let's use this method, f of x. I love this one because it's the easiest one. Then equal sign. Okay, maybe don't have a put an equal sign there. Just count if. Okay, let's search go so that you can look what a COUNTIF does. So a COUNTIF counts the number of cells within a range that meet a given condition. So we have to give a condition, the if. So okay, let's click OK here. So we want to see if in this range, this is the range, this is our range from here to here. So this is our range. We want to see if in this range that we have those people who are, okay, we started by what? The goalkeeper. So we want to see if this is the goalkeeper. So I can just click here, F3. So we'll check if these are goalkeepers. So you can, as you can see, there are 3 goalkeepers here in my squad. Click OK. So the times that GK appears from here to here is 3 times. We can count that because this one is easy. This is 1, Sergio Romero, and then we have 2, Lee Grant, and then we have 3, which is David De Gea. Okay, I want you to show you another way of doing this formula again. Okay, equal sign. Okay, maybe let's just click f of x, COUNTIF. Okay, not this one. So another way of entering a formula that we haven't used is by clicking this tab here, formulas. Maybe if we are now worried, maybe we are now we have forgotten how to enter a formula, you can just simply click this tab here, formulas, and then you can see the categories of these functions here. So we have the lookup function, we've done the HLOOKUP and the VLOOKUP. So these are other lookup functions we have. We have the mathematics and trigonometric functions. Here are them. There are so many of them. We can use pi, power, radians, okay? And then can use text functions. Can use text functions to search text. We're still gonna look at these ones, okay? And then we have logical functions where we have if, okay? We'll look at if, but because we can't find the one we're looking for here, the COUNTIF, maybe let's look on more functions. Let's go to statistical functions. Okay, now this is COUNTIF. This is COUNTIF here. So we can select COUNTIF, okay? This is COUNTIF. So our range, still this one. I'm looking for the defenders now. Okay. So the criteria, we can also write the criteria maybe like we want defenders. So to represent text, everything that is in text should be put inside quotes. For example, if I can say defenders here like this, DEF, then click OK, then I can get the 12. But if you notice that Excel has put in codes for me, so anything that is in text, we should enclose it using codes, double quotes that is. So this is the first quote, the opening one, and then this is the closing quote. Same thing applies for these midfielders here. Can do the same. Okay, one thing, okay, maybe let's try this to replicate. So we're getting what? We're getting zeros here. So you are getting zeros here because we used def here. If maybe you can change that to this and select, or maybe this to select tab, okay, so we're getting zeros here. Why are we getting zeros? The reason is very simple. It's because of referencing. We have to reference this range here because we don't want this range to change when we are replicating our formula. So have to click or maybe select here, from here, this is the range, or maybe click F of X so that it can be much clearer. Then select this, the range, and then press F4 on your keyboard, and then it will put these dollar signs for me, okay? And then click OK. And if I replicate again now, I'm getting the desired result. So that's how we use the COUNTIF. That's how we use the COUNTIF function. Okay. So okay, another example of the COUNTIF function. Let's look at this one. Okay. So now I only want to count if let's use numbers now. I only want to count if the goals are greater than maybe the goals scored are greater than 5, for example, greater than 5. So I will type in here equal sign. Okay, let's give this a label, maybe say scored more 5 or more goals. Scored 5 or more goals. Okay, say look for people who scored 5 or more goals, then we insert our function. Okay, we got the COUNTIF function from here, COUNTIF, and then the range now is the goals. It's a number now, the goals. So the goals want goals that are greater or equal to what? To 5. Okay, then we click OK. So anything that is greater or equal to 5, so we have 5 players who scored 5 goals or more. Let's count. This is the first one: Paul Pogba, Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes. That is number 4. Now looking for the last one. Okay, and then the last one is Scott McTominay. So those are the people who scored 5 or more goals. Okay, let's say maybe less than 5 goals now. Okay, less than 5 goals. Less than 5 goals. Okay, less than 5 goals. So we'll type in equal sign f of x, then the COUNTIF. Okay, search. This is the COUNTIF. So total number of goals. Okay, the range. This is the range because we want to check all the players here, the goals that they've scored, and we only want those who scored less than 5. So this is less than 5. Yeah, this is less than 5. Let's click OK. So 27 of the players have scored less than 5 goals. So that's how we do the COUNTIF. Thanks for watching. Let's meet on the next video where we will be looking at the sum if and the average if. So we'll combine the two because they are almost similar to this one, the sum if and the average if.